What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about CFMoto clutches and the bearings inside these clutches and educate you a little bit on it and tell you what options you have if you ever have a bearing go bad. So the C-Force 400, 500 and the 600s over here, they all have a one-way bearing, or what CFMoto calls an overriding clutch bearing. And that's a little different than what you have in the C-Force 800, the C-Force 1000s, and then all the side-by-sides. They're different. So what I'm going to talk about real quick is your one-way bearing or overriding clutch bearing from CFMoto for you C-Force 400, 500, and 600 guys. And then we'll touch on the other ones a little later in the video. One of the worst things that can happen for your bearing and make it go out too early or premature is when you get water into your CVT belt. So water or mud, you get a little too deep, you get stuck and water comes in through the outlet, or maybe the box wasn't put on properly or whatever the case is. You get water in the clutch. It does happen. I've done it myself. And if you don't properly get that cleaned out, or if you keep riding the whole day, it's heating up, water, sand, grit is getting into this bearing, okay? And it's gonna lock up on you, and it's gonna make it where your machine won't shift into gear. It's making your clutches engage. It's just causing a lot of havoc and even making some noise and stuff. And you'll know, hey, I must have a bearing issue inside of my clutch. I'll link a video at the end where Joel and I we went a little too deep in our C-Force 800s and we ended up having to replace some bearings. And that was totally our fault. It wasn't a CFMoto issue, wasn't a CVTech clutch issue. You get mud and water down into places it's not supposed to be, it's on you. It's gonna cause problems, and it's not the manufacturer's fault. But anyways, you ain't gotta stress. You can fix it yourself. If you got the right tools to take your clutch apart, simple fix you can do yourself. And if you're not comfortable with it, of course, make the trip to Main Street Cycle, let the professionals take care of it. But we've got some options for you. We've got where, of course, you can replace with the OEM bearing right here, okay? But it's kind of pricey. But if you're a guy and there's a lot of you out there that you want to put back in what was originally there from the factory, well, we've got you covered. But you have to go to mainstreetcycle.com and go into the OEM parts, because OEMs or manufacturers, they only let you list the OEM components or parts in a dealership website. So for some of you that have went to teammscparts.com and searched for OEM parts, it's you can click the link, but it's gonna take you off of teammscparts.com to the OEM parts finder diagram at mainstreetcycle.com. And there, at the moment, there's nothing we can do about that. So you have to use that. So just keep that in mind. That setup is nothing that we can modify. It's just what CFMoto provides to its dealers. And trust me, all the other OEMs, their OEM parts diagrams and search bars and all, they're kind of difficult as well. But for the aftermarket stuff, which we'll get into in a moment, you can get that teammscparts.com. It's super easy to search and find what you need, get your purchase, and get it shipped to you. But if you want the OEM, we've got you covered. It's gonna look just like this, okay? It's gonna come, just take it out of the bag, and you have to put this on. Now, for you C-Force 400, 500, 600 guys, you gotta put it on the right way, all right? You can't put it on crooked, or you're gonna be in trouble. Also, it's got to only spin a certain direction. So, you know, it's gonna look like this. You'll take your front half of your primary clutch apart, and you'll be left with this inside of your clutch housing. And with this, you can see the OEM bearing is supposed to only turn counterclockwise. So when you get your bearing, you're going to put that on, and you can just ease it onto the shaft. Make sure that the teeth are on the shaft, and you turn it, and you're not going to be able to turn it clockwise, okay? Or you're not going to be able to turn it one way. So until you put those teeth on the shaft, you're not going to really be able to tell. So put that on, make sure it's turning counterclockwise, okay? Or it's going to not work right. You're going to have problems. Counterclockwise. Keep that in mind. That's just a tip for you so you can do the work yourself at the house. Now, we've got options for you, like I said. You can just rebuild this yourself. Don't really recommend it, but you can. And we have a very cost efficient, if you're on a tight budget, and I understand, like you just need to rebuild it yourself, go ahead. But what that's going to do is you'll get these two bearings, okay, in a pair, super cheap, very cost efficient. But what you'll do is you'll clean out your, let's just grab this one here. But you'll only have this outer sheave, okay? You'll take this off. If you're removing it from your machine after it's been causing some issues, maybe you got a lot of mud in it, water, whatever, you're gonna take it apart, you're gonna clean this outer sheave, clean the guts out, and then you're gonna put these two bearings in. Make sure you press them in nice and evenly on both sides. But once you rebuild it like that, you're gonna lose the one-way effect, and you're gonna lose that engine brake that you get when the clutch disengages, right? Of course, you have it as long as your RPM is up high enough that the clutches are engaged, cause engine braking as you're going down a hill, which is great. But once the RPMs drop low enough that the clutches disengage and you don't have the one-way bearing in there on the C-Force 400, 500, 600, that joker's just gonna free spin, and you ain't gonna have the engine brake. It's not gonna slow you down like it needs to, or like it's supposed to be operated. But anyways, you can do that. You can take, and this actual rebuild kit that we have will actually work for all models, C-Force 400, 500, 600, 800, 1000, the side-by-sides, it'll work for that. But if you want to not go with the OEM, right, replacement, and you want a premium aftermarket bearing, we've got you covered at teammscparts.com. All right, and this is it right here. It's greased up, ready to go. Your bearing housings are in there with the one-way. You just got to put it on the shaft, make sure it turns counterclockwise. You're good to go. Press it in all the way, okay? Insert it onto the shaft evenly. Make sure it's all the way flush. Put your clutch back on with your belt and all, and you're ready to rock. So again, we've got options for you guys. We want to make sure we take care of you on all sides of the field there, whether you're an OEM guy, you're a guy that likes to just save as much money as you can. I respect that. And you want to rebuild it yourself, just know, you're not going to have the teeth inside of here. If it's going to focus, you won't have that once you rebuild it properly. It'll still work, but if you're the guy that wants to upgrade to a Team MSC upgraded aftermarket premium bearing, you can do that as well. And we have this part here, right there, for the C-Force 400, 500, 600. And there are tons of you guys out there that own these machines. I mean, these are our top sellers. We sell a ton of these. So not saying this is something that's going to fail. Again, this is going to be because of, and when I say that, it's not something that's going to fail just quickly and easily, and it's like it's a common problem. It's not. But for those of you that kind of have an accident, get some water in the belt, you get mud, whatever the case is, and it tears up on you, don't panic. You can fix it yourself, and we got you covered. So OEM bearing, you got to get it at mainstreetcycle.com. Anything OEM, you got to use the OEM parts fish and use the search engine there at mainstreetcycle.com, and you can check out and all that good stuff. But all of our aftermarket stuff like these, you're going to have to get them at teammscparts.com. So we've got your easy rebuild kit, super cheap. We've got the premium upgraded bearing right here, where all you got to do is take it out once you get home, insert it on there, make sure it goes counterclockwise. You're good to go, man. I think I've made my point here. Just trying to help you out for any of you guys that have the C-Force 400, 500, 600. Also, don't forget, we have the rebuild kit for all the other machines as well that you can use. And we are so close. At the time, it's December 13th right now. We're about to have you a premium upgraded bearing, the whole housing, the whole 9 yards for all the other models as well. That's coming very soon. And of course, we got you covered on the OEM bearings as well at MainStreetCycle.com. But also, speaking of, I think I'm going to get this posted on the 14th, for sure by the 15th. But we've got our 12 days of Christmas sale going on, and this is 2023 that we're filming this, in case you're watching this in the future. But don't miss out on our sales that we're having here at the TeamMSCParts.com 12 days of Christmas sale. Got some awesome things going on. Even have an opportunity, if you buy Gator Waders from us, you can get a free pair of Gator Waders if you win during this time slot. But go check out all of my shorts at Real Talk Power Sports YouTube channel, and you'll see all the sales that we're having and pretty awesome stuff. But yeah, guys, we'd love to see you here at the shops. Come check us out. Make the drive if you want to get one of these units. Great, awesome units. We have a variety of everything here for you to check out. And then also, of course, TeamMSCParts.com for all of your parts and accessory needs. And if you don't feel confident doing jobs like the changing your bearing out, servicing your machine, whatever the case is, our guys in the shop would be more than glad to take care of you. We'll get you worked in and get you taken care of really quickly. And man, ain't nobody gonna beat our customer service. But we're here for y'all guys. God bless y'all. Merry Christmas. As always, remember to keep it real. We'll see you in the next one.